Being a student is hard work, but being a student without money can be a little bit harder. Once you have your phone and you have data, you're good to go. These are businesses you can do at the comfort of your home. Everybody wants to go into the digital space. New businesses are arising every day. There will always be a demand for people who can help or people who can offer their service if they can. This is where you can come in. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 5 businesses you can start online as a student in the year 2023. My name is Itunu and I'm a YouTuber based in Nigeria. The jobs I'll be listing today, you need to understand and learn the basics. Like, you can't just wake up in a day and say, okay, I want to start doing this. When you understand the basics, you can always build from there. The first business I'll be talking about today is being a content writer. I know your question will be, who is a content writer? Like, what does a content writer do? As a content writer, you help businesses to write content, most especially if they have a blog. Most businesses, most especially businesses that have like a website, have a blog where they put out content, and with this content it helps their businesses or their brand to be known worldwide. As a content writer, you need to understand the basics of SEO. SEO means like you understanding the search terms people use to search for things online. Take for example, let's say I want to get a skincare product and I go on Google to search skincare brands around me or skincare brands in Lagos. If there is a website that sells like skincare products and they have a blog, and on their blog they've written content on how to like shop for skincare brands in Nigeria, because I use that specific search term in searching for the products, their blog is going to come up. And because their blog comes up, I will one way or the other end up buying from them. Now, as a content writer, you help brands or businesses to write content for their blog. As a content writer, you can also help in writing content for their Instagram page, website. You can also write content for their email in terms of like sending newsletters out. You'll be the person in charge of writing the content. That is something you can do at the comfort of your home, and most especially once you have your phone and you have data, you're good to go. Now, the next thing I'll be talking about is being a digital content creator. What I'm doing currently, I'm a digital content creator. I create content on YouTube, in the sense that you are a student, you can help brands create content. Now, there is a rise for user-generated content. This is also something you can go into as a student. Let me expatiate more on what user-generated content is. Let's say you have a product at home that you love so much. You can create like content for that business and share with them. This is something you can check online to understand more, or check TikTok to see like the visual representation of what I'm talking about. This is also something you can do. You can start your own YouTube channel, or you can also like start creating videos or mini vlogs on TikTok. Now, I know for a fact that these days when you go on TikTok, you always see someone creating like mini vlogs where they say, "Oh, a day in my life." Because of this, when you keep doing this and you build momentum and you have more followers, brands may notice that and want to advertise or use you to like share their product to your audience. Now, let me use this example. I was watching a YouTube video sometimes back of a guy who started using TikTok, and just normally he would just like create a day in his live vlogs and everything, and people bought into their idea and could say that, oh, this is basically how I live my life. And because of that, he grew his audience and brands noticed him and they signed him up for to like share their products with his audience. This is also something you can do, and try as much as possible to do, just add like something different that everybody is not doing. And when you do this and you build your audience, brands can reach out to you, or you can also pitch yourself out to brands. Let me talk about pitching yourself out to brands. So let's say, for example, you are somebody who creates content, right? And your content is centered around like students. You can reach out to brands or organizations that have students as their target audience. Now, because you have that audience already, it is way easier for them to use you to advertise their products. You pitch yourself to them that, oh, blah blah blah, I have a certain number of audience, and this audience are students, and I'm sure the number of audience I have will help you sell more of your products. The next thing I'll be talking about is being a copywriter. Copywriter basically is someone who writes copy to sell products. Take for example, I want to sell this book. I, as a copywriter, I will write a copy to sell this product. Being a copywriter, basically, you need to understand how people think. You need to understand the human behavior. You also need to understand the things people will do, or the things that will nudge people to purchase a product. That is why I mentioned earlier that with any of this job, you need to understand the basics. If you have to take courses, take courses. If you have to read books, read books. The copywriter, you write copy for businesses. You write copies for organizations. We know that people are going into like businesses every day. This is where you can also come in as a student. And like I said, with your phone and with data on your phone, with a biro and a book, you are good to go. So now you could be a copywriter who writes copy for business pages, landing pages, right? Basically just you writing copy to sell a particular product or a service. That is basically what a copywriter is. Another thing I want to talk about is being a digital marketer. Now, being a digital marketer is kind of broad, but you can just like pick a particular area where you want to focus on. So a digital marketer is basically someone that helps people to sell their products. We talk about affiliate links, people who like sell stuff and like they get a particular percentage. Take for example, you can be a digital marketer for a business, and when you sell a particular product, you get like a percentage. This is something you can just, share the product on your social media pages, like on your WhatsApp status, on your Instagram story. With all these things, you need to be consistent, because if you are starting out, the truth is you may not get enough people to like patronize you. But with being consistent, people will know you that, okay, this is something you do, and they will want to patronize you. The next thing I'll be talking about is being a virtual assistant. So as the word virtual means online. It's not if we are going to see ourselves physically. And being an assistant means you being helpmate to someone. So take for example, let's say I am a business owner and I have meetings. I have back-to-back meetings, and there are periods whereby I even lose track of my meetings. You can be a virtual assistant whereby you can help me schedule my meetings. You be the one to like, okay, receive calls. You be the one to go through my emails. You be the one to reply my emails. You be the one to like, okay, schedule my meetings so that I will know that, okay, on so date I have meetings with so and so person. This is something you can also do at the comfort of your home, and then you're working virtually, and then you're earning money while at home or while in school. I hope we've learned one or two things from today's video. I know it is very, very short, but I know that in the year 2023, these are businesses that I know that, people will move into. And as a student, like I always say, being a student is hard work, but being a student without money can be a little bit harder. So if you don't want to be broke, and you want to have money coming in on the side for you, these are businesses you should consider in the year 2023. My name is Itunu, and I'm a YouTuber based in Nigeria. See you guys in my next video. Bye.